Mr. King, so let me make sure I'm clear. Your testimony here today is that there has been no ethical breach by Dr. Harris. That's your testimony.
That there's been no violation of law or regulation or policy of the
You
department.
know, you keep going back to
There have
that. Is
been-
that what the general counsel told you to respond every time you're asked a direct question, is to respond with that? Is that what your counsel told?
That's my response to the
So
question
there is
that you
no
were asking.
ethical
Again,
challenge?
there is no violation of a law or a regulation
Okay,
or policy of the
if that's the
department.
case, I got good news for you, Mr. Harris. You can go back to doing whatever you darn well please, because what he's saying is there's no violation.
Congressman, respectfully.
No, that's what you're saying.
No, respectfully, what
It's
I'm
a
saying is
circular
that there-
reasoning.
no,
You're saying it's not. Why did you stop, Dr. Harris? If there was no violation of ethical standards, why did you stop?
In hindsight, and after getting counseling, I realized the appearance is not good.
All right, so let me ask you this, Mr. King. Why did 3 different secretaries counsel Dr. Harris? If the first one took, why was there a need for a counseling in the second one? Why is there a need for the third one?
The evidence is
If
that
it was
the
done
activities-
on 2013, according to your testimony, everything was over, why did everybody keep following up with Dr. Harris? If there's no violation of ethics or anything else, why would you have embarked to counsel him again?
The evidence is that the initial counseling was effective and that the activities ended in
So why did you waste
2013.
your time?
But both my predecessor and I believe that high ethical standards are of the utmost important and
So he did
importance
violate
and wanted,
ethical standards.
No, and wanted to convey.
You can't have it both ways, Mr. King. You can't have it both ways.
Again, we wanted to convey to Dr. Harris that there could not.
Let me
even
tell you what
be
you're
the
conveying to the
appearance
American
of
people.
impropriety.
Let me tell you what you're conveying to the American people. And more importantly, to the 4,000 workers at the Department of Education, is that you can bend the rules. It just is a matter of who you are if you're bending the rules. And that's a sad commentary here today. Because, Ms. Winchell, you said that you go by what the IG has. That was your testimony, right?
That's correct.
Okay. If the IG said it was a business, which she did, why did you not go by that? Well, you questioned it there.
Well, in all honesty, I'd have to go back and see exactly what the report said. But
I've read it. I'm telling you, she said it. Your testimony, Ms. Bruce, was it a business?
Correct. We said because income was being generated, it has a business logo, and employees were paid.
It was a business. So why did you not take her advice? You did on everything else. Ms. Plaskett said that you should have done your investigation. You said you relied on it, but yet on the business part, you didn't rely on it.
Well, I relied on the facts that they provided and on the breadth of their investigation, but I did not rely on the conclusions that they reached because I thought their conclusions were wrong.
But that's not what you said, Ms. Winchell, in answering Ms. Plaskett. Again, you're using circular reasoning. You said that it was the IG's assumption that he was either innocent or guilty, and so what you did was took their words and then you came to your own conclusion? Is that what you're saying, without an investigation?
I came to my own conclusion based on the facts that were provided in the investigation.
All right, so Ms. Bruce, Mr. Harris paid 11 employees? Was your testimony? I may have missed that.
No, 2 employees.
2 employees. So he paid 2 different employees.
Yes.
Mr. Harris, was a 1099 filled out or a W-2 filled out for those 2 employees?
No, sir.
So did they make over $600?
I don't believe so.
You're under oath. Neither of them made over $600. Were never paid over $600.
One may have made over $600. I don't believe the other did, but I would have to look at the record.
So aren't you required to do a 1099?
As
I mean, if they're working for you.
As I indicated, it was just a hobby.
Okay,
In
so you told me it
hindsight-
was just a hobby, and so now your detailing operation is just a hobby. Is that correct?
Absolutely, and I may.
Okay, well, I have 2 cars. When can I sign up? If it's a hobby, I mean, I'd love to bring my cars and let you detail my cars. Dr. Harris, I think you and I both know it's not just a hobby.
It was a hobby, sir.
Okay. Have you done any personal work for anybody, Ms. Winchell, Mr. King?
I have not, sir,
Ever?
ever.
Okay. How do we go from here, Mr. King? Because it's not over with this hearing. I know a lot of people like to get prepared for a hearing and say it's all over, and it's not over. I can tell you, because we have a responsibility to the American people and responsibility to the federal workers who were whistleblowers, who are probably disappointed with your response today. So where do we go from here?
Again, corrective action was taken. The behavior ended in 2013. Our focus at the department is on ensuring that we move forward on cybersecurity and the other urgent priorities of the department. We are making significant progress on cybersecurity, but we have much more to do to ensure that we are responding as best we can to the cybersecurity
So
threats
let
that
me
exist.
close with this last question then. What message does it send to all the federal workers if we have someone who has been referred for criminal action by the OIG, who has been counseled 3 times for questionable behavior, and continues to get outstanding performance reviews and bonuses that would make most of us blush? What message does it send, Mr. King?
The message is clear. Where there was the appearance of
I
impropriety.
agree, the message is clear,
Where,
but
where there was the appearance of impropriety, the employee was counseled by 3 deputy secretaries, by our ethics officer.
And the
The
checks
activities-
kept coming.
The
And the checks
activities-
kept coming.
The activities ended, and the employee understands the importance of not even allowing the appearance of impropriety.
I'll yield back. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I have a few